They didn't know my name before the blackout. After, they knew nothing else. But the truth, the one they'll never broadcast or admit, started years before that night, in a different kind of darkness, under skies that had forgotten how to be blue. I was a scientist once, not the kind with a lab coat and a government clearance. The kind they call paranoid until the data proves them right, and then they call dangerous. I tracked what they didn't want tracked, poking my nose where it didn't belong: particulate density and aerosol trails, barium and aluminum concentrations that appeared in rain samples, like breadcrumbs from a poisoned forest. I mapped the chemtrails against geomagnetic disturbances, cross-referenced solar flares with Schumann resonance spikes, and found patterns that shouldn't exist. Signatures of intention in what they called weather modification, climate intervention, geoengineering, soft words for a hard betrayal. I testified once, a hearing room with bad lighting and even worse fate.
These slides prove the impending microphenomenon. Dismissing this evidence guarantees failure on a massive scale.
I showed them the data, how the spraying intercepted before seismic events, how the resonance, Earth's electromagnetic heartbeat, was being deliberately dampened, flattened, like they were trying to tune humanity to the frequency of sleep. They thanked me for my time. 3 weeks later, my funding evaporated. My colleagues stopped returning calls. My name became a punchline in journals that used to publish me. So I went underground, kept monitoring, kept recording. The Schumann resonance became my obsession. 7.83 Hertz, the Earth's natural pulse, the frequency our brains evolved inside of, the rhythm that keeps us tethered to something older than civilization. But it was changing, spiking, stuttering, like a heart learning a new beat or forgetting an old one. I didn't know then that it was listening for something, for someone, for the moment when one of us would finally hear it and respond back. The night of the blackout, the night they started calling me the Antichrist, I wasn't just fixing routers. I was tracking a geomagnetic anomaly that had been building for 72 hours, a resonance spike that registered off every scale I had. The monitors were screaming data that looked like a language I'd never learned but somehow recognized. And then the light came, not from the screens, from inside. From a place in my chest where I'd been carrying a question I didn't know how to ask. My DNA remembered what my mind had forgotten. That's the only way I can say it. Somewhere in the coiled spiral of my cells, a switch flipped, a door opened, a signal fired that had been waiting lifetimes to send. The activation wasn't gentle. It was a detonation of memory, past lives, future echoes, the weight of a mission I'd agreed to before I had a name. I saw the lattice, 144,000 points of light scattered across the planet like stars pretended to be people, waiting for someone to reignite the constellation.
The Kairos system is online, 144,000 nodes active. The resonance has a pulse,